Next on the team, Caitlin Clark.
No one, not even Tiger Woods, saw this moment coming. The man who's witnessed every twist in golf history stood frozen, eyes locked on the scoreboard as if it had malfunctioned. Because Caitlin Clark, yes, the basketball icon, had just shattered golf records, leaving even seasoned pros stunned. The crowd went wild, the media rushed to rewrite headlines, and everyone had one burning question: how on earth did she pull this off? Now, be honest, if Caitlin Clark joined the LPGA full-time, could she dominate there the same way she ruled basketball? Drop your thoughts below. It all began quietly, which somehow made it even more surreal. The RSM Classic Prom was meant to be a laid-back exhibition, a few professionals, some celebrities, and lighthearted competition. Nothing dramatic. But then someone glanced at the player list and spotted one unexpected name: Caitlin Clark. That single discovery flipped everything upside down. Tickets that had sat unsold for weeks vanished within hours. Fans weren't showing up for Tiger, or even the LPGA regulars, they came for her. The same woman who turned the Wnba into a phenomenon was now stepping onto the golf course, and everyone wanted a front row view. By sunrise, fans crowded the entrance in Caitlin Clark jerseys, not polos, not golf hats, actual basketball jerseys. The entire scene looked less like a golf tournament and more like an Indiana Fever home game, buzzing with energy, curiosity, and disbelief.
About it in a previous video how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television. And that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world.
One commentator couldn't resist cracking a joke, saying, "Welcome to the first ever crossover in sports history where basketball meets birdies." Then came the defining moment. The announcer's voice boomed through the speakers, carrying a mix of excitement and disbelief. From the University of Iowa, now representing the Indiana Fever, please welcome Caitlin Clark. The entire course seemed to pause, even the wind fell silent. Thousands of spectators hushed in anticipation. Caitlin walked up to the tee box with unshakable calm, a confident smile spreading across her face as if this were just another casual practice session. But this time, there was one striking difference: she wasn't clutching a basketball in her hands. She gripped the driver firmly, glanced down the fairway, inhaled deeply, and unleashed her swing. The sound that followed, that crisp, perfect crack, echoed through the course, sharp and clean enough to make even Tiger Woods raise his eyebrows. The ball soared like it had its own built-in GPS, landing nearly 270 yards down the center of the fairway with pinpoint precision. The crowd erupted instantly: cheers, whistles, phones recording in disbelief. Tiger couldn't help but chuckle, muttering under his breath, "That's the best opening swing I've ever seen from a non-pro." Moments later, Steph Curry, an impressive golfer himself, jumped on X, Twitter, posting, "Caitlin Clark might actually be better than me at this point." That single tweet blew up the internet. Within minutes, #CaitlinClarkGolf was trending worldwide. ESPN hailed her as the most natural crossover athlete since Michael Jordan, while Golf Digest boldly declared, "Caitlin Clark just changed golf forever." And here's the wild part: she wasn't even trying to make history. Reporters said she arrived at the event casually, claiming she just wanted to relax and enjoy herself. But clearly, Caitlin's idea of taking it easy is breaking records and redefining what an athlete can do.
WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct.
As the golf world erupted in excitement, there was another, quieter side to the story. Remember those familiar WNBA stars who couldn't stop mentioning her throughout the season? Names like Aya Wilson, Angel Reese, and a few others suddenly went completely silent. No tweets, no posts, absolutely nothing. The same players who once complained about Caitlin getting too much attention now seem to have mysteriously lost their Wi-Fi the moment she made history in a whole new sport. Fans caught on instantly. One user commented, "It's hilarious how Caitlin's out here breaking golf records while her so-called rivals have gone ghost." Another fan added, they had time to throw shade all season long, but not a second to say congrats. The silence spoke louder than words, and everyone online could feel the tension brewing. That silence spoke louder than any press release ever could. While some stayed quiet, the LPGA pros showed Caitlin nothing but admiration and respect. Nelly Korda, one of the world's top-ranked golfers, approached her right after the round and said with a genuine smile, "You belong here." Just 3 simple words, yet they carried enormous weight. Another golfer, Maria Fassi, told reporters, "Caitlin's energy is different. It's real, it's pure, she brings something women's golf has been missing." In basketball, people saw her as a threat. Here, we see her as part of the team. Then came the shot that would go down in history. Hole 7, a brutal par 4 that even seasoned PGA pros often stumble on. Caitlin stepped up to the tee, the crowd holding its breath, expecting her to play it safe. But playing it safe has never been Caitlin Clark's style. She took her stance, exhaled slowly, and unleashed a swing so powerful the ball rocketed through the air like it had a mission of its own.
I wanted to come say hi and introduce myself. I play out here on tour. I'm Maria.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports, kicking ass on and off the field. But now,
And here's the Caitlin Clark effect, Morgan, with Maria Fassi and other players out here following her.
That's good.
A lot of fun. Made it easy.
Annika, could I steal you for a second? I didn't think I'll have like bigger. I can't say bad stuff on TV, but badasses. Once together, we're doing a fun like funky on that side. There we go. Yeah.
I'm next.
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hi,
Caitlin Ewing.
Nice to meet you.
I said it, the buzz from the players
over here, so.
I'm distracting you.
for
No, y'all are trying to get
has
finished.
been huge.
Somebody take this picture.
By the way, Allie, an
Ready?
outstanding
Yeah, let's do
point
it.
guard in her own right in
ladies,
Fulton,
here we go. 3, 2,
Mississippi.
1. Hang tight.
All-state
Thanks for
Nice
being
to meet
here.
you. Yeah.
Good luck.
in that sport as well.
The ball landed softly on the green, rolled with perfect control, and stopped just inches from the cup. For a split second, the entire crowd gasped, then the silence shattered into pure chaos. Fans erupted, phones shot into the air, and even Tiger Woods stood up, clapping in disbelief. Caitlin wrapped up her round an unbelievable 13 under par, smashing the previous prone record to pieces. Think about that, 13 under from someone whose day job is draining three-pointers, not putts. Later, Tiger Woods told reporters, "That was one of the cleanest, most confident swings I've ever seen from someone outside professional golf." And coming from Tiger, that's no small compliment. But as with anything involving Caitlin Clark, success quickly turned into a business storm. The moment her name hit the event lineup, ticket demand skyrocketed by over 1,200%. Sponsors flooded her inbox, apparel brands, golf companies, even tech firms eager to partner. Within days, she had reportedly signed several major deals, one with a leading sportswear giant, another with a premier golf equipment company, and even a streaming service eager to document her training journey. In just one weekend of golf, Caitlin Clark transformed a casual appearance into a multi-million-dollar opportunity. Meanwhile, the WNBA remained oddly quiet. Their season might have ended, but the tension certainly hadn't. Fans noticed the contrast immediately. The LPGA celebrates greatness, one post read, while the WNBA still struggles to handle it. Caitlin, that could be in. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, she's away. Wait, are we sure it didn't go in? I'm actually nervous right now. Moments later, someone called out, "We're gonna call that a birdie," and the crowd burst into applause. That's huge. Great birdie, Caitlin. Great birdie. But beneath the cheers, one truth stood out. While the golf world was celebrating her brilliance, the WNBA seemed to pretend it didn't happen. And honestly, that says a lot. The golf community understood something the WNBA still hasn't fully grasped. Caitlin Clark brings attention, revenue, and fans wherever she goes. You don't hide that kind of magic, you celebrate it. Caitlin handled it with her signature poise. When reporters asked about the silence from fellow WNBA players, she simply smiled and said, "I'm focused on what makes me happy, competing, no matter what sport it is." Classic Caitlin, calm, confident, and quietly savage. Her parents watched proudly from the sidelines. Her mom told a reporter, "Whenever she picks up something new, she pours her whole heart into it." Her dad chuckled and added, "We stopped being surprised a long time ago." That one line said it all. The world might still be shocked, but her family isn't. They've seen this story play out before. Different sport, same result. Caitlin Clark walks in, breaks records, and walks out like it's just another day. Even sports analysts couldn't hide their amazement. One remarked, "We've seen multi-sport athletes before, but not like this." And they were right, Caitlin doesn't just try new things, she conquers them. This was never just about golf, basketball, or fame. It's about a woman who simply doesn't understand the meaning of average. She doesn't chase moments, she creates them. Moments chase her, not the other way around. But what unfolded after the event might just be the most fascinating part of the entire story. The reaction from fans, sponsors, and the sports world as a whole was nothing short of electric. When the tournament wrapped up, Caitlin Clark didn't bolt off to celebrate her victory. Instead, she lingered on the course, signing autographs for kids, posing for pictures, and even sharing a few golf tips, which was ironic and hilarious, considering she had only recently picked up the sport. But that's exactly what makes her special. She never acts bigger than the moment just naturally becomes bigger because of her. Reporters swarmed her like bees around honey, eager to capture every word. One of them asked, "How did it feel to break a record on your very first try?" Caitlin just laughed and replied, "I didn't even know what the record was." That line alone summed her up perfectly: effortless, humble, and extraordinary. No bragging, no ego, just pure, undeniable greatness. While Caitlin smiled her way through post-game interviews, the golf world was busy crunching numbers, and the results were staggering. Overnight, merchandise sales exploded. Event organizers revealed that her single appearance had generated more revenue than the last 3 prom tournaments combined. Sponsors flooded the phones, eager to feature her in every billboard, ad campaign, and commercial remotely connected to women's sports. But the most surprising twist? It wasn't basketball fans driving the hype, it was golf fans. One comment on Golf Digest's post read, "I've never watched women's golf before, but if Caitlin's playing, I'm tuning in." Another fan wrote, "Finally, someone who makes golf exciting again." That's the Caitlin Clark effect. She steps into a sport and instantly reignites passion from people who'd long stopped paying attention. Not because she's trying to steal the spotlight, but because she makes competition feel fun again. As the LPGA celebrated her impact, the internet started roasting the WNBA. Social media feeds filled with side-by-side screenshots, LPGA accounts praising Caitlin's performance, while WNBA players were busy posting brand collabs and dance videos. The comments sections turned ruthless. One league promotes talent, the other promotes drama. You could sense the power shift happening in real time. For months, the WNBA had tried to control the Caitlin Clark narrative, downplaying her influence, limiting coverage, pretending she was just another rookie. But now, they couldn't ignore her even if they wanted to. Caitlin Clark wasn't just the face of women's basketball anymore, she was quickly becoming the face of sports entertainment itself. And guess who took notice first? Tiger Woods was the first to truly take notice. During an interview the next day, he was asked about Caitlin's stunning performance. He smiled and said, "It reminded me of when I first broke through: confidence, precision, and absolutely no fear. She's got it." And coming from Tiger, a man who rarely hands out praise, that meant everything. A few hours later, photos began circulating online of Tiger and Caitlin talking privately near the clubhouse. No one knew exactly what was discussed, but insiders claimed he offered her a personal training session, something he almost never does. If that's true, it means Caitlin Clark has officially been welcomed into golf's most exclusive inner circle. Then came the bombshell endorsements. Within just 48 hours, Caitlin had reportedly signed 3 major deals, one with a leading golf apparel brand, another with a luxury watch company, and the third with a global beverage brand eager to make her the face of their new Focus campaign. Together, those contracts were valued at over $15 million. To put that into perspective, Caitlin Clark made more money in one weekend of golf than most WNBA players earn in their entire careers. That's not shade, that's simply the power of her influence. Sports journalists quickly dubbed it the Clark effect. Headlines blazed across the internet: every league wants Caitlin Clark, and who can blame them? Fans, meanwhile, turned the moment into a meme fest. One joked, if Caitlin joins the LPGA full-time, Tiger better start guarding his records. Another wrote, she's gonna need a bigger trophy shelf. But beneath the humor was an undeniable truth: Caitlin Clark isn't just talented at sports, she's addicted to winning. That competitive fire follows her everywhere, igniting everyone who watches. You don't have to be a basketball fan or a golf enthusiast to enjoy her, you just have to love watching someone who makes excellence look effortless. And as the weekend unfolded, the ripple effect only grew stronger. More athletes from every corner of the sports world began to react. Aya Wilson called her performance amazing. Patrick Mahomes jumped in with, "She's an absolute monster." Even LeBron James reposted a clip of her near hole-in-one, captioning it, "This girl different." But while the biggest names in sports were giving Caitlyn her flowers, certain corners of the WNBA remained suspiciously silent. No acknowledgement from Aya Wilson. No congratulations from Angel Reese. Fans flooded their comment sections asking the same question over and over. Why? Some blamed jealousy. Others said pride. A few suggested they just couldn't handle seeing someone else steal the spotlight again. But here's the truth, Caitlyn didn't need their applause. She already had the crowd, the media, and now the entire golf world in her corner. And her fans? They're built differently. They don't just support her in one sport, they follow her across platforms, leagues, and even time zones. Wherever Caitlyn Clark plays, people show up. That's why golf organizers are now brainstorming more celebrity events specifically with her name attached. Because when Caitlyn's involved, everything, tickets, ratings, and merch sells out fast. One golf executive summed it up perfectly, "She's not a guest, she's the main event." And he wasn't exaggerating. The broadcast of her prom appearance drew higher viewership than most LPGA finals. That's insane. Golf networks that usually struggle for Sunday ratings suddenly had primetime numbers. What makes it even better is how effortlessly she handles it all. Caitlyn plays, laughs, waves at fans, treating the spotlight like it's just another pickup game in her neighborhood. No ego, no drama, just raw talent and charm. When asked if she'd ever consider joining the LPGA full-time, she simply smirked and said, "Let's just say I'm keeping my options open." Translation, she knows the world is watching, and she's just getting started. If Caitlyn decides to do it, she'll do it, and she'll probably win. Even Tiger Woods couldn't help but bring her up again, saying, if she ever took golf seriously, the sport would absolutely explode. And honestly, that's not hype, that's a fact. The LPGA definitely noticed, too. Reports say their marketing team has already started brainstorming collaborations, exhibition events, charity matches, even youth golf clinics led by Caitlyn herself. It's crazy how one person can completely shift the energy of an entire sport overnight. Caitlyn Clark isn't out here trying to be the face of women's sports, it just happens naturally. The difference between her and everyone else is simple, she makes winning look effortless. Every record she breaks feels inevitable, every victory looks casual. That's what draws people in. She doesn't chase attention, it gravitates toward her. And the ripple effect? It's massive. Because of Caitlyn, new audiences are tuning into women's sports for the first time. New sponsors are stepping up to invest. And young girls everywhere are realizing they can try anything and dominate at it. Caitlyn Clark just turned a casual weekend of golf into a full-blown movement, proving once again that real talent isn't confined to one sport, it inspires across all of them. It belongs to the one who puts in the work, no matter the stage, no matter the sport. As one fan said it best, she's not chasing greatness, greatness is chasing her. Caitlyn Clark didn't just play golf, she redefined it. Tiger Woods watched in disbelief, the crowd roared her name, and sponsors flooded her with offers. She's living proof that true talent knows no boundaries and that hard work can turn any arena into your own stage. So here's the question, should Caitlyn Clark trade in her sneakers for golf spikes and take over the LPGA full-time? Or should she keep dominating both worlds like the unstoppable force she is? It truly belongs to those who work the hardest, no matter the sport or the stage. As one fan perfectly said, she's not chasing greatness, greatness is chasing her. Caitlyn Clark didn't just step onto a golf course, she changed the game. Tiger Woods was left impressed, fans shouted her name across the greens, and brands lined up with million-dollar deals. She's living proof that real talent knows no boundaries and that determination can conquer any field. So what do you think, should Caitlyn Clark switch to golf full-time or keep dominating basketball, too? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories about legends in the making.